Israel does not stop, and the reactions continue. Yesterday, the president spoke at the opening of the IDEF Defense Industry Fair in Istanbul. He had harsh messages and again drew attention to Israel's aggressive behavior. He said that all of Israel's hot tensions recurring in the region somehow concern us. We need to take measures and intervene. We cannot just look at what is happening in the region and Israel's genocidal attacks and pass by, the president said. Erdogan said this is the message coming from Ankara regarding Israel's aggressive behavior. The children in Gaza who are starving because humanitarian aid is not allowed to enter are our problem, the president said. In addition to Israeli bombs, one of the biggest dangers in Gaza is hunger at this point, which is why humanitarian aid must be delivered as soon as possible. Turkey has been practicing an important diplomacy for its delivery. Turkish foreign policy is based on the principles of peace, justice, international law, respect for sovereignty, equity, and solidarity, the president said. We want peace, tranquility, and solidarity in the region with all our hearts. He drew attention to Turkey's diplomatic contacts. We have increased our diplomatic contacts to end the atrocities in Gaza. Our aim is to establish a ceasefire as soon as possible. Humanitarian aid should be allowed to enter, and the president also had a reaction to the international community. He said that whoever is silent about the genocide in Gaza is a partner in the crimes against humanity committed by Israel and emphasized a genocide. He did. We continue to keep Israel's genocide against the people of Gaza, which far exceeds the Nazis, on the agenda of humanity. He used the phrase starvation. He said mass deaths from hunger have begun. In these dark days, I invite the entire international community to unite on the front of humanity. Let's react to this atrocity together, President Erdogan said. There are really critical hours in Gaza. Aside from establishing a ceasefire in the region, it is very critical that humanitarian aid is delivered as soon as possible, and we are seeing very sad images. One after another, we see images of people waiting in the queue to get a bowl of soup and then collapsing in the queue. Of course, this is not only known in Turkey. In the international community, it is possible for all countries to see these images with these technological means in this age. In this context, President Erdogan says, let's unite on the front of humanity and put a stop to the genocide in Gaza. Hakan Fidan's statements yesterday were also important. He spoke at a joint press conference with the foreign minister of El Salvador. Israel's attack on Syria was asked during the question and answer session. Israel does not want to see a stable country around it, Minister Fidan said. He said that they aim to divide Syria and warned sternly that no group should take any action to divide Syria. He said, if you use violence to divide and destabilize, we perceive this as a direct threat to our own national security and that we would intervene. Syria's security is important for the entire region and also for neighboring Turkey. Turkey is taking critical steps to stabilize the region using diplomacy, but not to divide the region. Hakan Fidan said that if a step was taken to dismember Syria, we would perceive it as a direct threat to ourselves, which was important. He said that we have closely followed the developments in southern Syria from the beginning. Israel continues its aggressive behavior under the pretext of protecting the Druze, and it does so according to a pretext. Hakan Fidan's emphasis was important. We see that the whole international community and regional actors are trying to make Syria a place that does not host terrorism. But Israel does not want peace in Syria, does not want stability. It wants to sabotage all these attempts to ensure security there. Minister Hakan Fidan is sending a message to Israel that we must stop.